we got a great, very fun adventure. I'm hoping it's going to be a fun adventure. This has been months in the planning. I've been working on this since like last year sometime. So, going to the Rochester Museum and Science Center, an amazing place. And it had taken a little work to get the okay to go in there with the cameras. So what they're going to do is they're going to let me in. The researcher's going to let me and Jimbo in, my friend Jim, and they're gonna let us go in the vault. They're like, well, you can film in the vault, but you can't film where the vault is in the building. So it makes total sense to me. Security issue, absolutely. So what we're gonna do is, I just want to learn about all the lantern history that the city of Rochester has. I mean, it's pretty extraordinary in the lantern world. How this central western New York fits into all of it. It's amazing. You got Embry, you got Defiance, you got Pritchard Strong, which made Rayo, and yeah. So what I'm hoping to do, I mean, it's gonna. They have a vault. They'll have lanterns and things for me to look at. But more importantly to me would be, like finding original documents of like the buildings and maybe old photographs of the buildings or drawings, for crying out loud. This is going back to the 1800s. Just after the Civil War, you started seeing these patents show up for like Dietz and a lot of these other companies. I mean, there was no electricity, man. Lantern light was a big deal. Using whale blubber, and then they discovered kerosene. Hey, pretty cool byproduct. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the museum, and I don't want to waste too much memory space on my phone yapping about this, but we're gonna go there. We're gonna get inside. The museum is gonna be closed at the time, so we're gonna get there. They're gonna let us in and give us an hour and a half in the vault to look through stuff and take video and stuff like that. So you'll see that. So all right, I'll give you another update when we get to the museum. All right, I'm excited. All right, we're at the museum. Jimbo's here. He's getting ready. We're gonna head in there. Entrance is over there. We're a little early, but we're gonna get a game plan together, and then we're gonna go inside. And I'm not gonna go on too long. Like I said, I'm saving data here for the phone. All right, cool. Wow, look at these old clothes. Love it. I love clean rooms. They're so bright. Love it. Smile. Now, how many vaults did you say? There's like 12?
In the museum itself?
Yeah.
There's
That's so cool.
storage areas.
All right, so this is very cool.
And I can pull that out of the box.
Yeah, can we pull this out of the box? I've never. I mean, that's cool. I mean, that appears to be okay. I see. I want to touch it, but I don't want to.
Make some space.
Would it be all right to record audio if we don't use it and I just use it for notes? If you have anecdotes,
Yeah. I'm just not super comfortable being on film.
understandable.
And then you see what we did is we made the tray to hold this. We did it so we can open the front.
Yeah, what a great idea.
So we're not
Yeah,
got your
right.
hands in a box, you know, catching it, gripping it. We can, you know, because it's.
You want me to move the box when you lift that up?
Yes,
or-
if you wouldn't mind. I was going to get Caden ready. 1, 2, 3. It just makes it easier to get it to support it. And when I picked it up here by the base,
Right.
and then I balanced it and lifted it at the back with one of these support pieces.
Wow, so that,
My understanding is this is a railroad lantern.
yeah, it's amazing.
Would you like me to turn it?
Yeah, I don't even know who made that.
It said it was CT Ham.
Really?
Yes.
That's
I
incredible.
couldn't find a mark.
I can
can
see
make
something there, but
out
I
here, but I
can't.
can't make it out. But
Yeah.
in the book,
Oh yeah, I see it. I see. Does that say ham?
in the book it told me it was CT Ham.
I see. There we go. Yeah, CT ham.
Oh yeah, I see
Yeah.
it now.
Yeah, CT ham. Wow, it's amazing. And this looks like this here is the air tubes. So this is cold blast. So it
Mhm, yes, it
circulates that
is.
air and brings that around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the biggest cold blast I've ever seen. That's amazing. Wow. I'm curious as to what the application was. Was this like, would they put that on the front of a locomotive? Or would that, have been in a station for, could it have been a beacon, where they changed the tracks? That's so neat.
What's catalog number?
1886, huh?
749. Manufactured by CT1. 3-class sides.
Trying to see. Okay,
It
so
doesn't really give us anything on the background other than the description of the object.
CT Ham, nice decorative paint job around it. CT Ham Manufacturing, New York. Label.
Would you like to turn it for you?
Yeah, I want to see what that. Trying to see if we can decipher. Maybe it will tell us like what railroad it was. What was that? LABE. Can't be right. Wait,
Is
LAB.
that an R or is that a B?
Hmm. That's so neat. It's gigantic. See that's a very CT Ham look. You see these little vents here. See the vents that go along the edge here, and that's a classic CT Ham. Has that same open venting around that. Neat. Yeah, see now that, I could probably, I bet you, oh boy.
Would you like me to get that one out for you?
Well, no, it says broken glass, I'd be afraid, I
no,
don't.
it's a chip.
Right.
And also the chimneys for the lamps and things like that. The
Yeah,
glass
I believe it.
Is pretty, we have to be very careful with it.
Did this used to have glass?
Yeah, so that's
As long
missing
as
a globe.
I've seen it, that's all I know about it. That's what I found when we after the move. I processed these and unpacked them because they were all packed up for the move, and that's what I found.
Yeah, it definitely had a globe in it, but I'm trying to figure out, it looks like down there is a remnants of a wick that
Yes.
must have come up into that
Yeah.
apparatus there, which I don't know what that's all about. It's so cool.
So if there's any explanations. 46.
Neat. This right here, like this Prisco number 2. I don't know if Jody had ever showed you her Lisk lantern she's got. That Rob grabbed it out of a room somewhere eons ago. But Prisco, which is Pritchard Strong, also made Lisk lanterns, and it was this, but it just said Lisk there rather than Prisco. And it should have a wooden handle on the back. No, this one doesn't. Okay. But yeah. Oh, geez, I gotta see Jody too. I got a shirt for her.
No, I tried to cluster on these as a Defiance.
Yeah.
And then there's the Pritchard.
Yeah, that's great.
Would you mind going over that black one again?
This one?
Oh,
yeah.
Triumph, number 2 Triumph. Yes. That's pretty much, yeah, it's pretty much the same as this one. But I got lucky with the ones I have. Instead of like having a manufacturer name, Defiance Lanterns, blah blah blah, it says property of City of Rochester.
Ooh.
So that's kind of like, for me as a collector, I love things that are locally branded. So that's why I like the Lisk stuff, because Lisk was in Canandaigua.
Yeah.
That's where I
Yeah.
live. And I love the Pritchard Strong stuff because I was born in Strong Hospital.
Yeah.
But so I find I have a lot of stuff that's like says stolen from City of Rochester. It actually, like, it would say that printed, stolen from City of
See,
Rochester.
in England, you say borrowed on a permanent basis.
Perfect.
So, which one did you say? This one you want me to look at?
That one there?
The red one?
Yeah.
48441. I think it's okay. Actually.
That's one you said you use for
I use the
history?
behind the scenes tours when I'm talking about the history.
I'm gonna go look at here for a minute.
I use it in spreadsheets. I mean, I'm probably wrong. I don't claim to be an expert on restoration. I'm not a conservator. But, you know, you get an eye for some of these things after a while.
There's great stuff here. Wow, little skater lanterns, boy. Here's Fire King.
It doesn't say where it came from. All I know is it's donated by a person that lived in the city in 1948.
Oh, there's a Dietz in here. Yeah, there's a Dietz Monarch. The very lantern I have on my shirt is in here.
If you'd like me to get anything out, I can get it out.
No. I would hate to disturb it. Some of the stuff is just so cool. Oh, what is that though? What's that? Oh, that's another Fire King. Cool. So these Fire Kings, these were obviously made for fire departments, you know, and they would have their own slots, like on the horse and drawn buggy, and they just plop them in there.
Do you want to see?
And like that guard is to for like water, sprinkling water. It keeps water from getting down into where the flame is.
Yeah.
So that right there is like a water diverter area. Very cool. One thing I do not have in my collection is a Fire King. I've been looking, but they don't exactly fall in your lap for.
Do you like fire engine items?
Well, purely because of, I think, the ancientness of, you know, the early fire suppression techniques. You know what I mean?
This is a work of art. This is amazing.
Ow. Ah, so this is some.
That's a carriage lamp for a fire truck. As you can see, it says truck.
Two?
You
Oh,
can see
it's
it's a fire truck
amazing.
because of the.
Oh yeah, you can
Banana.
see it embossed. Wow, like stained glass.
It's,
That's
it's
incredible.
actually
Look at that.
etched. Wow. You feel
All of it. Look at all the ornate.
mm-hmm.
That's incredible. Wow.
We have another large carriage lamp.
Oh yeah, that's your fuel. That holds it
Yeah.
down in there.
Mhm. And then we have more carriage lamps down here.
Oh, beautiful.
You see that one, unfortunately?
Yeah.
Glass.
Well, I mean, you
Yeah.
can't exactly find replacements for that,
No.
right? You have to have a. What do you call a glass guy? A glass guy? Oh.
That's great.
But this is one of my favourite pieces.
Yeah, that's incredible.
And it's in such good condition.
I wonder what its home environment is. You think that would, like, on a decorative fire engine? Do you think for, like, parading? I wonder. What do you think?
I
What
don't
kind
know.
of
Did they
application?
ever have decorative fire engines? I can't speak. I don't.
Well, I
know
don't
too
mean.
much about
I guess. I don't know. Like, I mean,
maybe a
um,
very well-funded fire department.
Well, no. Well,
Or maybe it
well,
was
what I'm
made-
thinking of is
maybe
like.
it was made for somebody rather wealthy had a fire, and they had them made as like thank you gifts.
Oh yeah, true.
I don't know anything.
Or maybe.
This is what see. This is why I want the stories behind everything.
Sure.
People say, "Well, how did it get here? Where
Oh,
was
that's
it?"
right. It does
And
say
I don't
truck
know.
too. So
Yeah, it's a fire truck.
maybe maybe that was by the door. Where they parked the truck.
By the fire
Or-
station, yeah, or something like that.
Someone says lost.
Yeah, I mean, this is all.
It's
This
I
is
have.
all beautiful.
Well, it's not mine. I say I have. It's just it's stunning the array. I mean, we have.
Yeah.
I have an engine, a Dietz engine. And it's like that. I have to get help when I want to move it because it's so big.
Oh yeah.
It's not
Oh,
heavy
so you.
because it's made of tin, but it's
All
so
right.
big. You need somebody on the other side so you lift it smoothly, not doing
All
one of the.
right.
We do a lot of teamwork, team lifts and things like that, and it's not always. We have a saying in the collections department. It's not heavy. It's just awkward, and it means it's awkward to try and manoeuvre it on your own with
Mhm.
something. So.
Oh yeah.
And I am happy to open these cabinets and let you look as well.
That's so neat.
Yeah, why not? Do you have any of the magic lanterns in this vault or the peep show boxes?
I think I have. Maybe I'll have to go look. I'm not super sure.
I did see. I saw one of those at the Embry. I saw one of those at the Embry Museum. Very neat.
This is the Rochester lamp cabinet. The idea and the concept came from two people talking in a bar, and they came up with the idea of the new wick system, and it brought forth a whole company, and they used to construct them, and they were beautiful. I mean, they're huge pieces.
Oh, that's just so neat.
Can I ask you, when you take pictures, if there's addresses or phone numbers, you just on a piece of paper.
Oh, so it's a picture of a picture.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I just like protect people's identities. And some people, donate anonymously.
I'm curious as to what. Oh, I think these might be mantles. For the mantle, maybe? For holding the mantle? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know what those are. There's obviously a number of them, and somebody had worked on them. I'm not sure what these things are.
I can go look at that.
I'm thinking that maybe the mantle would hang. Oops.
That's okay. That's a safety.
Yeah.
No, because when you're in here, the acoustics is terrible. So somebody could see the lights on, open the door and shout, anyone in here? And if you're down into the, you can't hear. Or somebody could come and start moving the cabinet, and it's just a safety thing that if this starts to move, you click it.
Oh,
and
okay.
It just locks it.
That's right. I forgot that these all move left and right and all around.
So,
Neat.
object moving 101, we don't move anything till we know where we're going to put it.
Okay. Good idea.
Are you okay if I put it over here?
Sure.
Can I step in front of you? Excuse me.
Absolutely. Oh, electrified.
Yes.
Yeah. Neat.
Disappointed or?
No. Oh. Patent 1876.
Again, the damage to the glass.
Oh, it's blue.
Yeah.
I thought it was red. I don't know why I thought it was red looking at it. Just my. Crazy. Proctor's. Starboard. That's so cool.
So I apologise, I'm waiting to hear from, we're having our preventative maintenance done. And it's really important work, you've got to take care of these items and house them in such a way that it increases their longevity because it's part of the history of the people in Monroe County. You know, or there was so many, everybody looks at Rochester and they think of Xerox and Kodak and Bausch and Lomb, but there were so many other companies that actually got their start here. I mean, did you know marshmallows? Mark producing marshmallows when they came through here? No. Pipe cleaners. It's something that constructed pipe cleaners here. I mean, we must have invented manufacturing here in Rochester. Rochester has produced so many great people and things. We're talking about Frederick Douglass now, Susan B. Anthony was here. You know, it's not just the manufacturing side of it, it was like Rochester was perfect time and place where there was this ability to think outside the box. You know, we had Martha Matilda Harper start here. She was the person that invented a franchise. And there's just so many wonderful historical things that have happened in Monroe County, or Rochester in general, or the close surrounding areas. It's a privilege and it's an honour to be trusted with the care and keeping of these objects. And you know, like I said, everything that's around them is inert.
Sure.
So we try, you know, we don't put nothing too acidic or alkalized. We don't have to worry about chemical reactions and off-gassing, which is a big enemy. We're very, very careful with these items. And the passion is, I know about it, but I want to keep it for the people to know about it tomorrow, next year, next decade. If I've done my job right, next 50 years, you know, because if you do these boxes, unless something awful happens, we should not have to rehouse these for 50 years.
Now, do you get to help inform the exhibits to, inform the community or remind them or maybe inspire
Well,
children?
we do behind the scenes programs, which are for over 21s, and we have themed tours. We bring them into the vaults. We explain about how importance of maintaining the humidity and the temperature and light control and pest control is to keeping these objects in pristine condition, keeping them in the ideal conditions. And then we have a theme like I did A Date with Death. So I always start that tour up on the 3rd floor. That was a Valentine's behind the scenes tour, and it's about crimes of passion in Rochester, and you'd be surprised the amount that happened. And we start up on the 3rd floor. I talk a little bit about life expectancy rates, mid 19th century, all the way through to the end of the 20th century. And then I talk about some of the things we thought were good for us, like lead. And hatters put mercury when they made hats. And that's why, you ever seen Alice in Wonderland?
Yep.
Mad Hatter?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because mercury can affect somebody's mental acuity. And basically, I bring them down and I show them, I tell them about some of the crimes of passion. Like, Rochester is known to have a connection to Jack the Ripper.
Really?
Ironically, from 1888 in London. Dr. Francis Tumpety, who's buried in, I could be wrong, but I think he's buried in Holy Sepulchre, I'm sorry, I can't say it, cemetery. There's a connection there. He actually emigrated to Rochester from Ireland, and he was a suspect. Not a really valid one, but there you go. But, he was one of the big 10 or 12 people that are suspect, and we talk about the connections to Rochester, and that's our behind the scenes program. We also have exhibits. We recently opened a new exhibit called Haudenosaunee Continuity, which looks at the innovation and resilience of the Haudenosaunee community. And what they did is we took a step back, looked into the past, looked into our items that were not culturally sensitive or had any funerary connections, and we looked at that item like a pot, and we put it on display, and then we met with a famous or like a well-renowned Indigenous person of the Haudenosaunee community to make a pot. And then we show the differences and how how traditions are carried on. And we did it with bone combs, we did it with pottery, weaving, what else does it make? Making of clothing and things like that. And it's very important because, if we don't know where we've come from, how do we know where we're going?
Right.
Yeah.
Please don't quote me as that, because that's
For
personal.
sure.
That's going to be on a T-shirt.
I know.
Or it fits, like you said.
But
with
the thing
lead.
is, I don't know if in 50 years' time we're going to do an exhibit about Made in Rochester. That lamp needs to be as pristine in 50 years as it is today.
Yeah, I mean, these environments are freezing them, and they're freezing them in their present state, hoping that once it has stopped, it's boom.
Freezing is, no, it's kind of, we try to greatly slow down the deterioration, and that's why it's just a passion. I think it's so important. I work with a group of brilliant, caring people, and you have to be passionate about this work. And I just feel so honoured that I have the privilege to walk these vaults and work with these objects every day. There are days where I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got more to do than I have time. Yes, but I think that's everybody in every position.
Yeah, that you love them.
And, and I joke that sometimes when we're processing or reprocessing items that have been packed to be moved, I used to tell interns, it's like Christmas. You open the box, you're never quite sure what you're going to get.
Right. Oh,
And
right, I love
sometimes
that,
you
yeah.
open it and you're like, oh my gosh. And then another time you open it, you go, oh no. It's got it hasn't been broken in transit, but it's got damaged glass, and now there's a whole different protocol for caring for it.
Gotcha.
So.
What do
By
you
the way,
mean
she
by
just-
culturally, sorry.
I just want to say real quick, just so I can, I just thought about it, finding where some of these people are buried too, here in town. Maybe the Strongs or the Hams or, any ownership of any of these.
I think.
I'd be curious, maybe find a grave or something like that.
Find a grave. I know the Mount
I'd have to
Hope-
get proper nameage, which Strongs. but-
Mount Hope Cemetery
Right, right up
has
next,
a
it's right next
has
to
a
Strong.
has a pretty detailed description of where everybody is, because I know you can, because I've done it, the map, and I went down
Right.
Susan B. Anthony's grave and Frederick Douglass's grave, and I think they just laid a stone for one of his children,
Mm.
so, that didn't have a stone.
Now, when you do exhibits, do you like work with other groups like the Historic Society and
Mm-hmm.
things like that?
For the Haudenosaunee continuity exhibit, now, yeah,
Gotcha.
you know, I have many, many strings to my bow.
Yeah. Well, you know, you had talked about, you know, you always want to be an educator and stuff, and you are. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
it doesn't get any better than that. Then
Yeah.
you know, it's almost like your opus. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I
Gr-
am really.
Granted, you know, it's,
really
you're putting
blessed.
C.T. Ham's name on it and not yours, but
Yeah.
that wasn't your intent anyway. You were to show people
Yeah,
what C.T. Ham's all about.
yeah.
I think
And
that's,
I was
that's
reading
great.
about him earlier today, about the family a little bit before I talked to you, because I was like, please don't ask me questions, because
Yeah.
I would defer to your expertise. I mean, my expertise is caring for these objects.
Sure.
Know what materials to clean them with, when to clean them, when not to clean them, because part of conservation is knowing when to stop rubbing at that stain, because you're destroying everything around the stain. My expertise is what material this needs to be and what cushioning does it have. Do we anchor it or don't we?
Mhm.
You know, does it need a sealed box like this, or do we have a box that we pop at the front down so we can reach in, and so we're not just groping around, you know?
I'm curious. It's like the
See, this is-
shoelace kind of stuff.
This is a twine, and it's archival twine,
Oh.
which means it's inert,
Okay.
and it is, if you touch it, it's very, it's not abrasive. So,
Ah.
you know, over 50 years,
It won't
that-
rub
that
on
moving
stuff.
back and forth, it won't
Sure.
wear it too badly. There will be somewhere, but not horrible amounts. It's
Oh,
very
wow.
soft, isn't it?
Yeah. Wow.
It's not rope.
Very
It's
linen-like.
rope. Yes, and it is. It's inert. It's archival, and it's normally cotton.
I wonder if is there like a, you know, is there a, on Amazon.com, is there like a, you know, inert material page? For what, you know,
I shop around. I'll be honest with you. I shop around on Amazon, but I tend to go if I'm unsure of something. I will go to Gaylord Archival. They're a little more pricey, but you're guaranteed it's inert and it's archival. There's also, if you're looking for paper and cardstock and files and things, there's a local company right here that I actually went and picked some folders up from about 6 months ago, and the names escape me. I'm better with numbers than names. So yes, we're very careful. I've currently done some research and a cost analysis on some foam, because we do have to deinstall rather a large exhibit with multiple places, and I want to have everything ready so when it comes down, it gets cleaned and it gets
That's
into
so
inert
neat.
material straight away.
Have you ever
Stored safely.
3D scanned any of your?
Yes, we actually, one of the pots up in Haudenosaunee Continuity was derived from a 3D scan of a 500-year-old pot. We did it once. I never want to do it again. It was terrifying, because you have to do it upright, and because it had a like a curved base, and we had to invert it, and we had to design and build a mount that would hold it while it was being scanned. And that was the longest hour of my life. That and moving canoes.
I just saw those canoes when we
Yeah.
came in. Wow, look at all this lighting stuff.
Yes.
Holy moly.
And that covers lamps, chimneys, candlesticks, matches, wicks.
Yeah,
Brushes.
Could I send another email to look into the magic lanterns and people?
Yeah, if you reach out to me and tell me specifically if you're looking for certain companies or just, I will be full disclosure, you might want to wait a year or so,
Okay.
because we haven't finished processing it. I think maybe 2, maybe 3
Okay.
magic lanterns we've processed, maybe. That's actually an intern's job,
Gotcha.
and there was one of them we had to,
Okay.
I don't think it's this one. Oh yes, it is. I like you.
Wow. Oh, that was not what I thought you were going to show me. I thought it was going to be something called a Deeds Pioneer. I'll show you on my phone what they look
Yeah.
like, but those are immense. That's amazing. Wow. And you got 3 of them.
Yes.
Wow. See, now that's what I was talking about, that that
Yes.
glass-filled
Yeah,
plate
I think
with
you're
that
right.
mercury
Yeah.
powder in it,
Yeah,
or silver oxide, or I forget what it is that they use.
yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. Dietz number 3 Imperial.
I don't know why. This is another one I got a feeling that might have, it's in too pristine of a shape for me. I wonder if there was some repainting.
Well, you know what? I
Because
think
there's a big difference between conservation and restoring.
that looks like Japanning to me.
Yes,
Blue Japanning.
yes,
So I bet you that's original. It's like a shellac.
yes.
Yeah, that's Japanning. Very cool.
Number 3 Imperial Lantern. I had an intern that was absolutely fascinated by these 2 lanterns. And
I am
he
now,
reached
because I have
out-
never seen one in person. And that's the same one up there. And that,
Reached out to you, or?
No, he reached out to a lantern museum, and he was actually speaking with the curator about these lamps.
here I am thinking I'm taking pictures, and all I'm doing is stopping and starting recording. I hate that. I do that all the time. And then I get home and go, oh, I can't wait to see that picture of that. I'm like,
You know, I juggled my keys on the outside of my pants, and when I was doing it, I was pushing the keys
Oh, gotcha.
on the screen, and because it was warm, it was registering.
what is
It
that?
was so weird. I called 911 once. It was so embarrassing.
Oh, yeah, the dreaded butt dial.
Done that, for
Yeah.
Sure.
Those are amazing. Yeah, there's what I thought they were going to be was they're the Dietz Pioneer street lamps,
Mm-hmm.
and they were.
I probably should have told you, they were like number 3 Imperial.
No, that's great.
Where would these be hung? Like on road crossings?
God, I don't even know. Maybe even like on the front of a locomotive,
yeah.
maybe because of the size of that reflector makes me think it would go on the front.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I mean that's got to be what 15 inches across at least. That's amazing. Well, that was a lot of fun, man. That museum was a lot of fun. I'm so glad that we were able to do that and get access like that and look around and learn things. I was hoping for more of paper related information, you know, like where the buildings were and you know, like old catalogs and old logbooks. I probably just wasn't looking in the right place, right? I suppose maybe historical society, maybe Strong Museum. There's a lot to digest from that whole stop there. But that was a lot of fun. And then Jim went on home. He had some college things to do, and I went off to West Ridge Road. Went to this place called The Shops. Yeah, I got all the way there, all the way to the other side of Rochester, the city of Rochester, and it was closed. Yeah. Only open Thursday through Sunday, apparently. So I found a place that I had gone to last time I went to The Shops, and I found a lantern. Very cool. I'll show it to you. You'll see it at some point. It's a Dietz Wizard, not a little wizard. Dietz Wizard. And if I saw the date right, it's 1915. So Syracuse 1915 lantern. Very nice shape too. Nice shape. Bad paint job. Hey, surprise! Bad paint job. Flat black. Gross. All right. Well, folks. All right. Well, yeah. So I got to throw this video together, figure out what footage I can use. That's it, folks. All right, that's all I got, folks. Thanks, and here's the video.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.